Oh, baby. Oh, we here to talk about that Aquaman movie.
Woo! Y'all know what it is.
Movie came out. This is a spoiler heavy. This is spoilers, okay? We're here to review that movie, okay? We saw it. You saw it. You're here to hear our opinion. Let's talk about this now. Aquaman. Overall thoughts of just...
Flat overall thoughts?
Overall, just right now.
Comic book movie through and through.
Yeah.
Comic book movie through and through.
That's
I'm
what
talking
I
about.
am
It
talking
had.
about.
I lost how many like comic book poses Aquaman actually made in that.
Did he though? Did he?
I was like, yeah, this got to be out of. It's like this got to be the record for the most comic book heroic poses in a movie I've ever seen in my life.
Easily, yo.
Hey, I was saying that joke like, yeah, like I wasn't mad. I was like,
No.
That's another one. What? This one, that's like a variation of. Is this a model? What's going on?
Like, they took full advantage of his personality.
Yeah.
His personality was all over this joint, yo.
And that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it. You got an actor. He was there before you got on. Change it so make it work with him. They did a good job.
My man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was like that. It was pretty damn good. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. That's the best way to describe it.
DC solo game was pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good with that. They're doing pretty damn good. Okay, so let's just get it out the way. What did you not like about the movie?
We gonna start out with the bad.
Yeah.
Work our way to great.
Yes.
I didn't like that after credit scene. They did so well. All the way, I was like, all right, everything's going good. And I waited for not at the mid credit scene or whatever you want to call it. And I was sitting there like, that was it. I mean, I guess I gotta find out what Black Manta was, but it was just like that was a waste of time. That could have just been a deleted scene. I don't know. It just wasn't. Like, after the credit scene supposed to get you hyped for the next thing. Mm-hmm. I guess since they don't know what the next thing is.
Yeah.
Like,
they did
it. we just let you know what happened with Black Manta.
We're gonna keep it all within the same movie right here. We're just gonna keep it all within.
I guess they don't know what's that. I guess since the DCEU or the world, whatever they want to call themselves,
Worlds of DC.
I don't know because I read something that wasn't right either.
Yeah, oh
so
man,
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Wow.
Whatever DC films want to do, I guess they don't know what's up next. So they really can't give you an after credit scene and get you hyped up for the next thing. So here we are. But yeah, that's the one thing I would change. Or then whatever.
Okay, so I didn't like it. Didn't quite flow like I wanted it to. Like, it was just jumpy. It felt jumpy. Like when they were on their adventure and everything, all of a sudden they were here. Then all of a sudden they were here. And then all of a sudden they were here. And it was like, okay, I know you're supposed to be here, here, and here, but it just didn't feel right. It didn't flow like it should have. And then there was other things that I was glad that got figured out. Like, dang, I just forgot his name. The one who taught Aquaman how to do everything.
Not Orum.
No.
I forgot his name too.
I forgot his name.
I keep on calling him the Green Goblin. Like
yeah, right.
Movie,
that's what it was. The Green Goblin. The Green. His character was all running around and being all shifty and everything, trying to keep everything on the low. And I was so happy when he got called out and everything. I was like, yes, yeah. And then I didn't like the fact that Mira's father was so gun-ho and they were just killing all the other kings and stuff and going to war with all the other...
He always wanted to go to war.
I was like, really though, bro? This isn't exactly the way to do it though. Kill the king and then take the whole army and then, like, really? But whatever. His way of playing. I didn't like the way he planned his way to take over the surface world. And I don't think he really had an end game. I think he was like, let's just flood the whole surface world and kill them all. Yeah, and then what? You're still only you can breathe on water. What are you going to do then? Just going to kill them all and that's it?
Or flood the world.
Flood the world. Try to flood the world. He didn't have the power like Aquaman did with that Triton. That Triton would.
They got technology. They could melt the ice caps. They could have flooded.
They could have been did that then. You didn't need anybody else's help for that.
I ain't say they could come up with it. I ain't say they already had it in place. I'm just saying. I only remember that from the cartoon, Justice League cartoon, where Aquaman had some device at the polar ice cap that could have melted the joints and flooded the world. That's the only reason that came to my mind.
The other thing I didn't like was some of the jokes were really kind of cheesy. They were like cheesy jokes in there, but at the same time, it was kind of like his Aquaman's personality.
I was about to say he's kind of cheesy.
Yeah, they went for cheesy with him.
He's surfer cheesy.
Yeah, is that what they were going for?
It's like Michelangelo.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, he wants to be a tough guy, but at the same time, you're a tough guy with cheesy jokes. I was like, what? That doesn't look right.
This is a combination of.
I was like, that does not look
a
right.
surfer and a jokester. I like what's the word I'm looking for?
That's pretty much what it was coming off as. A surfer, a serious surfer, but a jokester at the same time.
Yeah.
And a tough guy. It's like they tried to make Aquaman serious, but he's still, you could relatable, but serious. And it was too many things they were trying to do at once. And it wasn't, at times it wasn't working for me. So that's the only thing I didn't like. But that's just me. So let's get into what do you like? What is it that you like?
I'm trying to think
Aquaman?
of like a specific. I always say that word wrong.
Specific.
I'm trying to think of the exact thing. I'm not gonna say the word right. But all right. So it was a lot that I liked in this movie, but I'm going with something that really surprised. Well, it didn't really surprise me.
Give them all of it.
The action was fantastic in this movie.
I did like the fight scenes too.
Oh, you're tripping in the fight scenes. It was much better than what I thought. They showed Aquaman could fight, and it wasn't just him talking to fish.
Oh, he learned how to fight too. Yeah. That was cool.
So I mean, I really liked it, and I like how everything came back to full circle. Like the move that he was getting shown as a teenager, and he used it once he got the Triton to beat his brother. I really, and another thing I like is the fact that Ocean Master looked exactly like Ocean Master.
Yeah, kept it like that.
I'm like, yeah. And then we came out in the actual Aquaman car. I'm like, yeah. Okay. Like, okay.
It worked. And they kept it. It wasn't like no little quick scene or anything.
Like, that's it. That's what we're wearing now. I like it. Yeah. I like it a lot. Don't you ever change it. And if you do, we got a real problem. we got a real problem.
But it's like you said to me earlier, this is like a real comic book movie. Like, they went comic book in this comic book movie.
It's like, he's like, I can't figure out how the way to do it. What's that like in the book? All right, give me the book. Give me the book. I want to do this. I want to do this.
He was serious. He was so serious to that.
Like like he had a comic book, read the story. Like, okay, I want to do this story. But no, we can't. No, I just want to do this story. There's some other stuff I want to put in, but I want to do this story. That's it. That's it alone.
With all new 52 on them.
Yeah. Like I just want to do this. I don't want to stop talking. Give me the story.
Yeah.
It's like,
kept it real simple. We're not going to complicate it. We're not going to try to rewrite it or do our interpretation. That's what was good about this. They didn't do like, oh, well, let's do our interpretation. No, they was like, we have source material. He's been around. They liked him like this. We got the guy. Just give them Aquaman, and they gave us Aquaman.
And you know what? It works. That's the only way you can pull that off. Just giving it. Yeah. It was what we've been reading this whole time, which I should have been doing from the jump. Yeah. But you know what? That's a whole nother debate. A whole nother video that's coming soon.
Yeah. Anything else you like?
I said the action. I said that the fact that they took it right from the comic book. Mm-hmm. So those are my two things. I'm going with those two things.
Cool then. Let me tell y'all what I liked. I liked the special effects. They were better than what I thought they would be, especially when you were doing an underwater movie, because underwater movies are like never been done before. So when they did it, everybody was apprehensive and a little like what's going to happen, and they gave us a taste for it in Justice League. But then when you watch the movie,
Justice League, they did it all wrong,
and it was different. Yeah, and they fixed that.
They did it all wrong. It's not different. It was different. But it was wrong different.
Yeah, and they fixed it. And like you said, like it seemed like James Wan was like, yo, I like this comic book, this storyline, and he just went with it. He just went all in with Aquaman. He was like, no, we're not going to do any of that extra stuff. We're not going to fix it. We're not going to do any kind of like reimagining or anything. We're going to give him Aquaman. They made fun of him. They're just going to have to accept him now. And especially when they premiered it during that trailer, when they actually showed him in the Aquaman outfit. I was like, okay, maybe that's going to be at the dead end of the movie, and they're not actually going to fight in it. Oh, he fought in it, and it looked good, and it worked. And the Triton was like that, and everything was like that. And I like the fact that he found his mom, and she wasn't actually dead. Like, she survived.
I knew that was coming, though. You know what? That's another thing I did not like. Right?
Oh, let him know.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not the fact that he found his mom, but you saw them set up everything. Like, yeah, that's not the end of that. You saw everything that was about to come at the end. They pulled it off right.
Yeah.
But and maybe because I watched way too many movies and I analyzed stuff too much. Maybe I just knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Because when other people I was with, they were like, oh,
So, total surprise, and he did his job right then. If he's got people in the audience going,
so maybe that's just me. That's just me. That's nitpicking. That's just me. There.
Oh no, I saw it coming too, but I still was, it wasn't. I forgot about it. Like they did a good enough job where I forgot about the mother and everything else and her aspect into the story until it came and stuff. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. It was done right for me, and I like how they showed Atlantis and how when they were going in there was a border patrol and how they had to try to he was, even though she was a queen in another part of the ocean, which I thought was, I'm glad they did that too, where like each part of the ocean, because the planet's a pretty goddamn big planet, 70% of the dang on world is in underwater, and you would think, nah, Atlantis, he ain't just controlling the whole thing. Different people have different kingdoms, and she was like, yeah, I got diplomatic immunity. I loved how they put that into it, and they were like basically just like the surface world.
They said Atlantis is like controls. So you think about it like they said think about it like Game of Thrones. There's like one person in charge of everything, but everybody else has to like own separate kingdoms.
Yeah, the 7 kingdoms and everything.
So
okay,
that's it, just like Atlantis is.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. At the Red Keep and everything. Atlantis is the Red Keep. Well, not the Red Keep, but never mind. The Game of Thrones people know. We know what that is. Don't you worry. King's Landing. We know it's King's Landing. That's pretty. Oh, that's perfect then. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how. I remember because I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, shame on him. I know. I get on them all the time. People, don't worry about it.
I don't have HBO. I'm not gonna pay for it either. But that's what somebody explained that to me earlier, and then there's something on the Entertainment First Look, because Entertainment Weekly always gets the first look.
Yeah, always.
So, and that's part of the explanation that it's like Game of Thrones, where the one kingdom controls everything, but everybody else within it has their own separate kingdoms.
Yeah, cool. That's cool. So now that we covered the goods, the bads, and everything good, like that,
ugly.
What was the favorite scene or like a moment that you just remember more than anything? Like you were just like, yo, that was like that.
It's funny to me. It was like the very end when he just jumped out the water and said, "I'm Aquaman," and made the last superhero pose. I don't know why that stuck with me, but I was like, that's it. As soon as I was like, all right, they said the last one for the last. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I look at the comic book cover. That's like that could have been the comic book cover of any Aquaman comic book I've ever seen in my life. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I don't know why this is so personal. As soon as I think of Aquaman, I just think that's that one thing now. Yeah. It's like the most Aquaman thing in the world.
It is though. Yeah, him jumping out the water. They did that enough times and everything. That was.
No, but that one he jumped out, frills in the air with the Triton up there in a full-fledged costume. I'm like, okay, that perfectly describes this movie. Let's wrap it up now.
Okay, so what I like about the movie was the fight scene where he fought Orm and his brother and stuff, and I was like, yo, this is about to be it. This is in the trailer. This is what I want to see, and
so everybody was powerful,
and it was actually pretty good and everything. They was going for it, and he needed help though, and Mira came at the right time and stuff. She blew her own cover and everything, but it was bound to happen anyway.
But I was thinking, right, he had him defeated. He had Orm defeated early though, when he was falling towards the volcano. He could have just finished the job there. I guess it's kind of hard to kill your brother, even though you never met him. But it doesn't matter. Like, you had the job finished. He was free falling. You sitting there waiting. If you just swim out and push him into the lava,
he really didn't. He's not really that kind. He's not a cold-blooded killer type, even though he did leave Black Manta and his father to die and everything. But that was a whole different ball. It was a different thing right there. Yeah, he's not a cold-blooded killer. He knew he had to do what he had to do and fight him, but he really ain't no killer. He's not.
I'm just saying he had to fight one.
And he didn't want to run the kingdom anyway. He really didn't want to be king.
Yeah. He knew what he was getting into.
He did and did it.
He knew.
He did and did it.
He knew.
He did and he didn't. It was more forced, like by Mira, into a situation that, he didn't want to be into, But it was part of his legacy, I guess. He was born to be king. He had to eventually, you gotta step up and do the right thing, brother.
I mean, that's what every superhero movie does. You gotta step up and win. But yeah, that's what he had that fight one early, but that fight was still good though. I'm not gonna lie.
I did. I liked it too. Anything. All right. So, anything about the movie you would like to change?
Yes.
Let the people know.
A much better end credit scene.
Oh, mid credit. What in the foolishness? Let the people know.
I mean, I already talked about it earlier that it's probably the worst part of the movie. It wasn't a bad scene. It just wasn't. When you think of end credit scene, you think of something like, "Oh my gosh, I can't wait for what happens next." And they gave you nothing. It's like, "Oh, okay, he's still alive, and he still wants to kill Aquaman." All right, we already knew that.
I don't know what to tell you, brother. I don't know what to tell you.
That's what I'm saying. Give me a better end credit scene ASAP, please.
Okay.
Me, I could have did a better one.
Me, I would change the pacing. Like when they were doing their adventure thing, it felt weird, man.
Explain the pacing, because I don't think people understand what you're talking about. You keep saying pacing and flowing.
Well,
so
it didn't flow.
Break it down.
Okay, okay. So
break it down. What you mean by flow?
The best flow. The best movie that has ever flowed was first Iron Man. Well, I'd say ever. A good movie for you to see that you could say it had a good flow and pace on it. The pacing was great. Was the first Iron Man movie. How it seamlessly and effortlessly went from scene to scene and it all just made sense and everything. Was the first Iron Man. The first probably 15 minutes were just like that. Like it went from one scene to the next scene, and it just felt right. It didn't feel right. It was right. Iron Man went from he was in a car accident, he was in the car accident, title sequence, explained who he was in the beginning, went straight into he's right there gambling at the casinos, got the girl, wakes up, girl's right there. Popper Potts is right there cracking jokes. Like everything went smooth. When you watch that movie, it's like, whoa, okay, yeah, I'm into it. It kept your attention. This like fell off. It's like your attention dropped. It lost your attention, and then they brought you back into it.
Like at what parts?
All of it.
No, what parts lost your attention, and then what parts brought you back in? That's what I'm asking.
Oh no, well, when I say you're right. Okay, so for instance, like the whole adventure part. Like him, like out of the blue, he's on a plane. And then next thing I know, they're doing the adventure thing, and you're already into it. And next thing I know, they're at an island. They're just at an island. And then next thing you know, they're on a boat. They're just on a boat. Like once they get to the scene and the scene starts going, it's fine. But then it's like they couldn't end it and start the next scene right. It didn't. The transition from one scene to the next scene just didn't. It felt clumsy. And it was just like, yeah, okay, we need to be here next. It's like it's really like a comic book, except it didn't do it smoothly enough. Like in the comic books, it'll do that. Like they'll be in one scene, and then next thing you know, it'll be in another scene of doing the adventure stuff. It's fine in a comic book, but how it transitioned and how it looked from comic to movie, their transitions didn't look right.
So
it didn't feel right.
You're saying they didn't give you the explanation between how they got from one place to the other. That's what you're missing.
Yeah. No, they gave us an explanation. They technically gave us an explanation.
So they didn't show you the explanation.
No, they did show you the explanation. Like when the last part when they did, like out of the blue, she just had a boat and he was on the boat.
Yeah, she said, "Did you just take a boat from the dock?" He's like, "They're not for public use." He's like, "Nah." Yeah,
but it felt weird though. From going from that one previous scene to that scene, it seemed weird.
I'm trying to figure out what would you have changed. So what if you had changed?
I'm not a director and everything. I'm just telling you how I felt about what I did when I saw it and everything. It didn't flow for me. It wasn't smooth transitions like I've seen previously and stuff. That's what I'm just telling you and everything. That's just my opinion. It didn't flow for me. It wasn't smooth enough. But it was still overall good because once they got you into the scene, they kept you in the scene, and the scene was good. It was good action. It was there.
I guess I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm also not agreeing with you at all.
Yeah, I understand. That's fine.
I just need to know.
That's fine.
Because you keep saying stuff flow and then you never explain what you mean.
I did explain what I flow. When you see the Iron Man movie, everybody.
I'm not talking about in previous videos we've done. You've always said reviews.
Oh, yeah.
So okay. I need to know what you mean by flow.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
All right.
Anything else you want to let the people know before we give the score? Want to let the people know
see
about
this
your
movie. Don't go see Bumblebee first. Go see this film first. Yeah, I'm promoting Aquaman with my full heart. Go see it. DC solo movies that never failed you. Can't name one. I'm sorry, DCE movie solo movies that never failed you.
I was about to say, because the comment section about to blow up. They're going to be like, wait a minute, what are you talking about?
DCEU solo movies have never failed you yet. So, yeah.
Okay, then. Okay, all right, then. The movie is worth going to see. I definitely say that. The graphics, the special effects, the graphics, everything is there.
It's worth the IMAX ticket.
It's not worth the IMAX ticket. It's worth the regular price ticket.
Oh, no.
It's not
I saw it in IMAX. It's worth it in IMAX. Trust me. It's worth it in IMAX.
It's worth it in regular price. Okay.
No.
Do go see it.
The graphics alone are worth it in IMAX.
If you can't afford that, we have no problem with matinee. We are all about matinee tickets. There's nothing wrong with that.
Dolby or IMAX. It's the only two options for me.
Me. Do what you gotta do. It's good. Go see it in theaters. Watch the movie. Your score. 1 to 10. What do you give it?
An 8. It's an
8. Ooh, that's strong.
Ooh. The fuck? Ooh. I don't care about no Rotten Tomatoes. That joint's an 8.
An 8?
It's an 8. Nothing wrong with the movie. There's nothing like, oh my gosh, this is trash. There's not one trash moment in the entire movie.
No, there's no trash moment.
Not one trash moment. You can say whatever you want about the acting. Unless something's like abnormally horrendous, I don't like, oh my gosh, that's a bad actor. Because nothing else, none of the actors took you out the scene. Everything was tailor made to what the actor can do. The scenes were like, the action scenes were fantastic. Story, how Daniel said, move right along.
Yeah,
I mean, it's fine. It was great. You could go watch that over again. Like, man, I don't know what to watch today. Popping this out when it comes out on Blu-ray. Or don't fire stick it. Save your money. Do the right thing. Pop that joint in a Blu-ray player or stream it HD from a source you bought it legally. And watch it.
All right.
It has strong rewatchable ability.
Aquaman rewatchability. I'm giving it I haven't been really in debate about this because I really did enjoy it, and I do think it's worth regular price. So I definitely would have to go with an 8 too, because it's nothing like outrageously bad about it. There was nothing bad. The graphics are good. They kept him in his uniform from the comics and everything. They kept to the comics and stuff. So yeah, there was nothing. The acting was there. You knew what you were getting in. You know what you're getting into when you go to see it. So don't be
it's an Aquaman movie.
Yeah, it's a superhero movie. It's Aquaman. He's supposed to be the joke of comic books and everything, but he really wasn't. It was a story, was set up, straightforward story. You knew what you was getting into. It wasn't like a big origin story like you would think it was.
It's not an origin story at all.
It just covers his background.
It's an Aquaman story.
It covers his background.
It gave you some origin.
Yeah, they just cover his background a little bit and everything.
It's not an origin story at all.
But it's not. And it's funny because the background stuff they cover came back full force and everything, with him teaching them how to use that, and then the mother and everything.
But it's not
really, no.
It's like half and half.
Yeah, it wasn't a full blown.
Because you've already met Aquaman before, so.
Yeah.
It's more like the Black Panther thing, where it's not an origin story, but they show you. It's like Black Panther, not quality wise. Hear me out. You already met Black Panther before you saw the Black Panther movie. But when the Black Panther movie came out, they still had to tell you, like, this is how he got his powers, this is what he can do, this is the kingdom, so forth and so on. Aquaman is the same thing. You already met Aquaman before, so this will show you why he's able to withstand knives, fights, and stuff like that. This is why he's able to swim so fast, so forth, so on. This is where he came from.
Breathe air.
Yeah, but it's not the whole story. Like he really has another adventure he has to take care of.
Yeah.
So think about it like that. It's not an origin story, but it gives you origin.
And people are going to say they go bite off Marvel again and everything. But everybody was already saying that on social media anyway, when they were talking about it. It was like, oh my goodness, it's the same thing. Yeah, well, okay.
So you complain when it's not like Marvel, but then when it is like Marvel, you're like, oh, this is what I've talked about before, man.
Yeah.
That's what I've talked about before. That's why I didn't want DC to go like Marvel does, but everything's halfway a joke and some things are halfway serious. They're not.
We've already seen that. And funny thing is, this one is like right there on par with Black Panther.
Shazam gonna do the same thing too.
Nah, I don't think. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I give it an 8. He gives it an 8. Y'all let us know how y'all feel about the movie in the comments section. If you like what you see, hit the like button. If you love what you see, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit our bell for notifications about the next time when we drop a video. Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did it flow for you? Did it not flow for you? Favorite scene? Not favorite scene? We want to know. Till next time, guys. We're out.
Deuces.
Yeah. We in the club, we partying. We in the club, we partying. Yeah. How much ice you got? I don't know.
Get it all, this man.
I cannot miss like I am the ace. Electrocute you, then I leave you with aftershock. Getting angry, then I turn to Incredible Hulk. Bite and bog, chop it down like you one of them stars.